Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I wanted to talk about crystal gems. Now I've made a couple videos of this in the past, but I don't like the way they turned out, and I also didn't really explain the whole crystal gem level up system to how to get gem dust and the best optimal level for those. I've talked about this for stellar gems and everything else. I've talked about how to get crystal gems, but I'll kind of go over crystal gems in particular in this video. So if you want to learn about when you should loot collect, what is a good power rank, stay tuned for this video because I'll talk about all of that. If you're struggling with power rank, if you're struggling with anything else, I've made so many videos in the past, and if you check out the description of this video, you can find something that you need. I've made a playlist for Trove tutorials. I've made countless of helpful guides, so if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. Some of my best and up-to-date ones are in the description, so if you need help, go check that description, and if you can't find it there, it's probably somewhere on my channel. Let's get straight into this gem video. Straight off the bat, I'm going to talk about Patron and Gem Day. I feel like this is an advertisement, but honestly, I feel like Trove should help out content creators, maybe in this way. Like, I don't know, I can give you guys some kind of code for Patron, or I don't know, something. That'd be kind of cool. But either way, Gem Day is really important because you can get lustrous gem boxes, which can contain gem sparks, chaos flares, those are really good, and other things that will help you boost your gem's power rank and stat a little bit, not too much. And the main thing here is the gem upgrade dust reduction by 10%, and then if you have Patron, that's 20%. And if you're in a club that supports this, so like the active benefit, so my current primary club is Alpha Legacy. So if we go over here to the fixtures, if we hover over this, I don't know if you can do this on console. I'm pretty sure you can. Pretty sure you can do this everywhere, but I just hover over this eye. You can also just check to see if it's there. I'm pretty sure it's this one right here if you memorize it by the icon, but let's just say you don't. Go over to fixtures, go over to the eye. If you take a look at the middle bottom one, effigy of potent opulence, I don't know if I said that right, tier 3, 20% gem reduction, and you have a 4 times greater chance to drop. So basically what it's saying is, you see these boxes here? If you're to go to, I don't know, say Air World or Cosmic World or Iron Geo Topside, you'll get the box for that world, and on top of that, you'll also be getting one of these. And it's saying that you have a 4 times better chance of getting it. So it's not guaranteed. But on top of your fire gem boxes, you can get these boxes as well, and it's dependent on which Uber you're in. So we're talking about crystal gems here. So Uber 11 is going to be your go-to. Like I said, if you can't get to Uber 11 and you're struggling with power rank and light, you can check out my videos for that because I do talk about those. So once you're there, once you can farm, you can get yourself some gems. Empowered gems are going to be a little bit tricky. So what I did, I took my really good empowered gems, make sure it's a 3-star, and make sure it's an ability that's actually useful. So what I mean by that is Pyrodisc 3-star, that's perfect. Vampirian Vanquisher 3-star, that's perfect. Clash gems you can get kind of a different way. There is a chance that you can go to Uber 9, and if you use your key at the vaults there, you could get a 3-star crystal empowered gem. It is rare, but it is possible. You can also get a 2-star, which is annoying. And if you're unsure about what star level your gem is, and I don't know, let's just say you leveled it up or whatever the case may be, you go over here to a gem forge and we click on any gem. The lesser ones you don't have to worry. Unless you played back in like 2016, you might have a 2-star gem, you might have a 1-star gem. But if you're playing in the present day, like right now, or in the future, you're gonna have 3 stars. And if you're really far into the future, there might be 4, but I don't know. We'll get into that some other time. So lessers, don't worry about. The big ones, if you see 3 of these boosts right here, that means it's a 3-star. If you see 2 and there's no more, that means it's a 2-star. And you can only tell this if it's at level 15. You get your first boost at level 5, your second one at 10, and then your third one at 15. It doesn't really make too much sense considering it goes up to level 30 now, but it is what it is for now. And all of you guys that talk about what a perfect level 1 gem is, that doesn't really matter because all of your gems matter at level 15 because that's when all of the boosts are done. And what I mean by boost is either roll high or it could roll low. So if you ever played Pokemon and you use like, I don't know, Thunderbolt for example, that move, or any move for that matter that does damage, can do anywhere from 85 to 100% of its maximum damage. And that situation applies to this game kinda. So whenever you get a boost, you can either high roll or low roll, and it happens 3 times. So if you get 3 high rolls, perfect. If you get all 3 low rolls, then that kind of sucks. Because then when we go back to the gem forge, you're going to have a low PR gem, you're going to have to augment your gem a lot, and it's going to use up a lot of your resources because you'll have to get a bunch of these, or these, or these, and it's going to be a super pain if you want to climb in power rank because you're going to be like, why am I so low? And then that's probably going to be part of the reason of why your power rank is so low. So hopefully all of that makes sense to you guys. Now let's get into the crystal gems here. Now I've opened up a few here. Now I say a few, there's actually a lot in here. Now let's look at a couple of these. So we have 600 power rank here, 500 here. This one goes to 700. So you'll notice that this one has 3 stars and this one has 2. Don't worry about that. Lessers will always have 3 stars in terms of your boosts. It's just going to be the big empowered ones where you can get a 2-star or a 3-star, and that's going to be super annoying. So ideally, in a perfect world, when you're opening up crystal gems, or if you get a crystal gem, at level 1, you want to go for a 700 plus power rank gem. So I have a couple here out of the 49 that are in here. And out of those 49, I only got 2. Now, if you want to, you don't have to be this strict with your gems when you want to pick a gem. You can go for one that's at least 650 power rank. And I know I mentioned that the level 1 gem doesn't really matter too much, but you want to have a good little base start to your gem. You don't want to get a super low power rank gem, because then you'd have to get like 3 super high rolls, and I don't know, if that happens then that's cool, but it might not happen. Just think long term and just try to go for less augmenting. So higher the power rank, the better. Obviously, if it's perfect stats, if it's, I don't know, 649 power rank, or I don't know, 630 power rank, you can kind of pick and choose which one you want to do. It's not the end of the world, but I'd accept the 630 power rank if I was like brand new to the game. If I was farming for a completely new class, then I'd probably go for like a 700 power rank at level 1. Now, a quick thing that I do want to talk about, if you have this mod, the Auto Easy Happy mod, if you don't have it, I made a mods video. Check out the description. It is linked in there. Or if you want to, you can just find it from there and just download it yourself. It's better to download it yourself because then you can just update it. But it has a cool little feature. So if you want to level up your gem to a certain amount, you can just do that. If you're on console, I apologize, you're gonna have to do this manually, but it is what it is. So the cool thing is, if we take, I don't know, this first gem over here, we have level 15, we can do auto up, and it's gonna take your resources and just do everything by itself. I'm not really pressing anything, and there it is, level 15. I didn't do anything. You have a lot of gems, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it is a lot faster than just holding spacebar. And you want to be careful with this because sometimes it might go a little bit crazy and it'll spend your resources if you're not careful. So just click on one gem, make sure it's done, and then go to the next. So like right now that's done. I can go on to the next gem and it's gonna do the auto level up. Like I don't even have to do anything. So just make sure you're tabbed in, make sure you're just paying attention. So like that one leveled up, I'm gonna use my third one here. And as you can see, it's going up to level 15. If I did something weird and stupid, then it might start using more of my resources that I don't want. So just be careful with it. Because like if I had this equipped, for example, it might start using those and I don't want that to happen. So just be careful. Now I leveled up most of my gems to 15 just to show you guys an example. So if we take a look at the gems, you can see that they all have 3 boosts. So you don't really have to worry about that. I didn't level up some of these gems, I got kind of lazy. I'm going to go over a few more things with you guys. So if we go over here to the loot collector, as you can see, you don't get gem dust, you get gem sparks. Now if you don't know what gem sparks are, you're going to need these to level up your gems past level 25. So if you level up these gems after level 25, you're going to need, I can just show you. So as you can see, I need gem dust and I need gem sparks. And this is just at level 27. Once you get to level 28, you'll need a different resource. We'll get into that in a second here. And at level 15, you get 2. At level 25, you get 4. So if you have the extra bit of dust, I would highly recommend doing that. But if you're new, you want to save resources, that's totally understandable. Go to level 15 and loot collect it. And that's how you make gem dust profit. That works with stellar gems, that works with empowered gems, that works with any gem. Level any of them up to level 15, loot collect it, and you'll get gem dust profit. Now let me show you the way you get profit. So if you go over here to the adventurers crafting bench, go to gems. If we go over here to your gem dust, you can see that you can convert your water gems, your fire gems, whatever you have, back into gem dust. And I don't know, if you make a mistake for whatever reason, you can just convert them back. They're both 30k, so you don't really lose anything, so that's pretty nice. I've never opened up these, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of people saying that they got 2-star empowered gems from these, so don't even bother farming these. Don't get them unless you absolutely have to, but the amount of resources this thing takes, not worth it at all. Just get really good stellar empowered gems and go to the store and just buy these things. Just farm qubits. I know it's painful, I know it's hard. Don't be forced to pay money, don't buy this. But naturally, just from playing the game, you'll get enough to get this, and you can use it on one of your good gems. So hopefully I don't have to explain sparks too much. I think you guys got it. Just level up your gems. You'll be able to loot collect it into these, which you can turn into dust, or the dust back into sparks. A quick thing I want to mention is this thing, because you'll need this after level 28. Or 28 and higher for leveling up your gems, for crystal gems that is. You'll need 4 of each elemental spark here, or dust, or whatever you want to say here. They're pretty annoying to farm, but it is doable, especially on a Wednesday. And if you have Patron, and obviously the primary club, but if you don't like farming, then this might be a pain for you. Because they are also untradeable, so you can't get these any other way. So if you're new to the game, like I said, level 15, you can loot collect it, but if you have extra dust, I highly recommend going to level 25. It is definitely more worth it because you'll get 4 sparks, And if you do 4 times 30,000, that's 120,000 gem dust just from leveling up a gem to 25, and the crystal one, that is. Now that is a lot of gem dust, and that is very fast. Like, you can get, as long as you can get one crystal gem, level that thing up all the way to, not all the way, but level 25. And sometimes there is a very small chance you can get a double level up, so you can go to level 26, you can get 5 gem dust sparks. So if you do 5 times 30,000, that's 150,000. So you can actually farm gem dust super quickly. And if you just want to do 2, 60,000 gem dust, like, that's insanely good as well, especially with the resources you put into this. Like, you'll be making a huge profit from these. Now, I know most of you guys are waiting for this moment, like, what's a good level for a level 15 crystal gem? Now, I've opened up a bunch of these before. 1600 plus. I think this one turned into 1600 plus. Also, this was my 3-star level 1 gem. It was 700 power rank to start with. So this one was 1618, and my other 3-star, it was somewhere around here, was fire. I think it was this one, and I don't know, just whatever it was, it didn't get the best rolls compared to this one. So as you can see, rolls do play a big role into this. And if I go into the loot collector, go all the way down, it's going to show the best ones on the bottom. This is exactly what I mean by the rolls that you'll get for your gems. So I leveled up all of them to level 15, and you can see what the rolls are like. Some are good, some are not so good. And if we go to the very top here, as you can see, like, I don't know, 1300, you definitely don't want that. Even though it's perfect stats, you don't want that. This is the gem right here. Look at this. 3%, 2%, 37%. If I want to augment this, it's going to take so long. Waste of time, waste of resources. I'll be very low powering just because of this. So if you guys have gems like this, it's time to upgrade. So you don't want to augment this. It's going to take you way too long. And if we look at my really good gem like this one, as you can see, it's pretty close to 100%. And if you have a lot of boosts on a gem, just know that it's going to eat a lot more resources with these things. And if there's nothing at all, then I don't know, if I just use one of these, then it'll go up pretty high. I don't know if I explained that good, but if I use this on this, it'll jump up a lot. But since this has 1 boost, it'll go up a little bit. And then with 2 boosts, it's going to struggle. With 3, it's really going to struggle. Hopefully I explained that good though. So if you're looking for a really good gem at level 15, 1600 power rank and higher is going to be really good. It is going to be difficult, so if you don't want to be that strict, I'd say 1550 or higher. But even if you have perfect stats, 1530 is fine. It's not the end of the world. I don't know, 1520 is fine as well. It just depends on if you want to spend that much time to augment your gems, because that's basically going to be the end game. That's how you're going to get more power rank, because if you're stuck at like 29k, you want to get that extra little bit of power rank. It's going to come from your augmenting, well, part of it at least, but augmenting will help. So hopefully that helps you guys out. I'm going to level up these gems to 25 just to show you guys the power rank so you can compare them to yours, and hopefully it clears up all of the questions for crystal gems. Now, I feel like I'll be here forever if I level up each one to 25. I want to make this short and simple. You guys already get the point. But if you want to do a little bit of gem comparison with your gems, here we go. So this was my absolute lowest gem, the 1300 gem at level 15 that we talked about. As you can see, it's pretty terrible. So if you have a 1900 gem, probably better just to switch it out, because you don't want to deal with augmenting this thing. The power rank is not so good. The stats are amazing. It does have a boost into crit hit, but like still, this is, in terms of stats, it's amazing. Power rank, it's awful. So we don't want this. Preferably, we want to have something above 2000. And if we go to my best gem, 2164. So if you can get something higher than 2100, that's amazing. If you can't, then it's not the end of the world. 2000 is fine. As you can see, not that much augmenting is needed. Just make sure it's not super low like 1900. And if you're above 2000, at that point, it's your call if you want to take the time to augment them. If it has perfect stats, that's great. If not, then you'll have to use one of these to change the stat, which is going to be annoying. Quick little tip though, if you have 2 boosts onto critical hit, like this is maximum health at the moment. If it was crit hit and they wanted crit damage to have those 2 boosts, instead of wasting resources on this, because this thing takes a long time to get, it's pretty time gated. They're all time gated, but this one's pretty tough to get. This one is also tough to get, but not as hard as this. So what I would do is change this to health, change this to critical hit, and then change this one back to critical damage. So hopefully that makes sense. It saves you time of using flares. I get asked about that as well, so hopefully that clears that up. Alright, I feel like I went really in depth with this guide, so hopefully I covered everything. Like I mentioned with the loot collecting, that's 4 sparks for the elemental type at level 25. And if you get the double level up chance, which is pretty rare, but it can happen, at level 26, don't use your own resources, but in case the RNG gods are on your side and your gem jumps to level 26, it'll make like a cool little noise. That's an extra 30k gem dust, so that's really cool. If it doesn't, then it's not the end of the world. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about for this video. I've talked about stellar gems in different guides. My entire channel is just straight up tutorials. So if you have a question that's Trove related, there's a good chance that I covered it in a video already. Check my description for helpful videos as well. And hopefully this video helps you guys out as well. Let me know if there's something Trove related you want me to cover in a future video. And on that note, thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing, and I will talk to you all later.